And we're live.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect and how it affects them and the price of milk. Thank you. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe down below.
Hey, you guys, welcome to another great show. We'll be talking about Mandela effects and of the such. You know what I'm talking about. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. And let's start the show. Sorry for the delay, folks. You know, we had some difficulties trying to get Flickr to get going here. But anyway, I want to mention some birthdays, and then we'll do some shout-outs, okay? Jeff, did you get what I sent you? I'm going to go ahead and read it off. But
Yes.
March 9th, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Would you know how to pronounce that?
Let me take a look.
Jorn, is it Jorn? The B is silent.
I don't really know how that's pronounced.
It's Bjorn.
Bjorn Norsterud.
Thank you. March 9th, that was his birthday, along with William R. Stevens. March 13th, we have Jinx Cat. So coming up, don't forget to wish her a happy birthday if you're in the group. March 14th is Patrick Roberts. March 16th is Jennifer, the 8th. March 17th is Need Input. Wow, I had no idea. March 19th is Josh McCarthy. March 24th is Adrian Esquivel. March 24th is Paul Caniff. March 30th is Shane. What is it? On the Fence. What? Shane on the Fence. Anyone recognize that? March 31st is Michael Leonard, along with Gema Black. So those are all the birthdays for the month of March. If we've missed anybody, guys, by all means, please post in the chat here if anybody's birthday's in March. Yeah. So do a few shout outs here. So we got Crypnotics here. Welcome. We got Karen Maloney. Hey, Karen. So let's see. Well, who else we have here? Noise Guru. What's up, Noise Guru? Welcome. Burgos is here. Philifire. Looks like we got the usual group here. Burgos is here. Hey, family. Mandanimal's here. Yeah, where's the party? Let's see. Philifire's here. Yes, Shane. Yes, thank you. Shane, unbiased and on the fence. Thank you, Philifire. Thank you for that. Yes. Unbiased and on the fence. Yes. Acrid Fusion's here. Hi, Acrid Fusion. Yes, welcome everyone. All right. So we have, in case you missed it on Curiouser's show, we're going to be presenting some of those before we get into the into more of the new stuff for tonight. So if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and present some of that. Gerald Neal's here. Welcome, Gerald. Jeff, I see you're in the chat too.
Yep.
All right, give me 1 second. Flickr. Here we go. All right. Can everybody see my screen? So this is about a science question here. All right. I have a question to ask you about something with science and chemistry. And Sandy put this together, by the way.
Brian.
Yes?
Sandy just sent a message. Do the Facebook stuff first.
She wants me to do the Facebook first?
Yeah, the Mandela reality.
Okay.
Residue hunters.
Okay, yeah. I guess we'll start that. Well, I'm kind of into this right now. Let me finish up on this one.
All right.
We'll jump back over. So a question to ask you about chemistry and science that will help determine if this is a new world ME or not. So what do you guys think about this one? Have you guys ever heard of the element astatine? That's astatine. Do you remember learning of this element on the periodic table? I can say no to that. What about you, Jeff? You ever heard of that?
Never heard of it, no.
But it happens to be number 85. Astatine is 85 on the periodic table. It's a decay product of various heavier elements. It's also the rarest element on Earth. I had no idea. So it's so rare that only 25 grams is on the Earth total at any given time. So how much is 25 grams? Let's see. Here are some examples. It's the same weight as 4 pencils, 4 keys, 5 marbles, 3 cherry tomatoes, or a single teaspoon. And don't forget the partridge in a pear tree. Not the measurement, the actual spoon. Okay. So if you think about those are what 5 grams amount to. Okay. It's also the only element that we know almost nothing about, because if you collect it enough to see it with the naked eye, it vaporizes itself. What? But that's not all. It's also radioactive, but in a good way. And it's the safest radiology because of its half-life, and it only emits alpha particles, making it even safer than X-rays. But the craziest part is scientists believe that this element could cure all cancers if we can just find a way to use it without the element destroying itself. Wow.
That's interesting. I know. I never heard of it.
I'd like to know how they can use it to destroy cancers. Like, because doesn't that involve in targeting certain types of cells? You don't want to target all the cells and kill everything off. But yeah, and so anyway, I'm asking you, after learning what astatine is and what it does, is suspected of what it can do. Do you think that this could be a new Earth element which qualifies as an ME? Maybe, perhaps. I mean, how many of you out there took chemistry and remember this element AT, capital A, little t, astatine? Anyone know this one? Let me turn to the chat. Okay. Oh, is Hebrew here? I think we got Hebrew's here. Welcome, Hebrew. Michael Fontaine says freeze it and go from that. Let's see. Hebrew says his computer's acting dumb. Got to give it a kick. Just give it a good kick, and maybe it'll go faster. Let's see. Seraphim said, "What is this Mandela effect about?" Okay, so Seraphim Lynn, this is a chemistry question here about the element astatine, which is number 85 on the periodic table. We're wondering, is this a Mandela effect to you guys? Because it's super rare on the Earth, but it's also radioactive, but it's safer than X-rays. But they're looking into developing something that where if they can keep the element from destroying itself, they could use it to cure cancer, possibly. So yeah, pretty interesting. Now, one thing that I did see, I was looking into. I was buying a house. Okay. And when you buy a house, you have to do a rigorous inspection, okay? And one of the things they check for is radon. Did you have any idea of that, guys? Never in my life have I had to check for radon. But it turns out they detected 7.0, and the lowest reading you should ever have of that radon, which is radioactive, the lowest one you should get is 4. So I actually had to install they actually had to install a mitigation system for me. But yeah, did you know that, guys? Did you know about radon? Did you know about radon, Jeff?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, if you look at the EPA has it all mapped out in the United States, and apparently Tennessee, Alabama, some parts of Georgia, like mainly in the Appalachian Mountains and in the higher elevations, like in California, some of those areas you can have higher levels of radon, but it really differs from house to house to house. You can have a level of 0 or 1, and then your neighbor could have a level of 14. So it's pretty crazy. But it's a decay. It's some kind of decaying material that when the Earth was formed, I found out. I had no idea, but you can get lung cancer from it by breathing in the particles. Okay, Noise Guru says radon is common in Cali. Yeah, Mandela. Wow. So is this new for you guys, or has this always been like that? I have no idea. Anyway, that was a side note. Oh, wow. Noise Guru says if you have granite countertops, it gets high concentrations. I had no idea. All right, moving along here. We're going to go to the Facebook ones that Teresa found for us, and some of you guys in the group had found. Let me go to that one. Oh yeah, tonight. Now, Jeff, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So tonight we have. Is tonight the end of daylight savings, or does it begin? I can't remember.
It begins.
What? Oh, begins.
Yeah.
Now, everybody knows in this group that it was daylight savings, and it's interesting. It's changed to daylight saving time. But yes, tonight at around 2 a.m, your local time, your phone should automatically change to the right time. You don't usually have to go around warning anybody anymore. Hey, don't forget to set your clock ahead, right?
At least not on your phone. I mean, there are certain clocks in the house that you have to change.
Yes, but you know what? You know what's kind of bad about that? You don't get to call into work and oh, I'm sorry, I'm late. You don't get that excuse anymore.
No, you don't have that excuse. That's right. It still says daylight savings in my car on the menu.
Yes, in my car too. What do you have, a Nissan?
I have a Toyota.
Okay, yeah, in my Nissan Murano, it actually has it there too. It says daylight savings time. So, and that's like that whole effect. Part of the Mandela effect is like if you're not, because Nissans are manufactured in America, but they're a Japanese brand. So I would assume the software is probably also, made in Japan or whatever, right?
Same with Toyota.
Same with Toyota.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and any of those foreign cars.
Yeah, so you would think they would know. Yeah. Does anybody have those clocks that automatically change? I think they're called atomic clocks. They're analog clocks that will adjust their time automatically. Some of the digital ones as well. Anybody have those atomic clocks? Yeah, and they were talking about daylight savings time. We're not going to have it, and or we're not going to be going back changing the time again. But not all the states can agree. Every state in America has to pretty much agree before we can change to where we don't have to change the time back anymore in the fall.
Yeah, they should all just stop doing it. We should leave it at what it's being changed to tonight.
Yes, I totally agree because I like having more daylight in the evening.
Yeah.
Of course, not until 9:30 or 10 o'clock, but I enjoy having more time in the evening, especially in those winter months.
Yeah, it makes the day feel longer.
Yes, because when you get off of work and you go outside, you get kind of sad, when it's dark out.
Yeah, it's depressing when it's all
kind
dark.
of is.
And you think your day's over and you don't have that much time before you got to go back to work again. But when it's light out, it's different somehow. Like you don't have that feeling. You feel like the day's longer somehow.
Yes, Sandy wanted me to mention that anyway. That's why I brought it up. But yeah, give me a second here, guys, and I'll pull up these Teresa's Facebook group. Some of these here. There's some interesting animals that they found. I'll tell you about one next. It's called a Dalmatian pelican. You know, one of my favorite limericks involves a pelican. You know that, Jeff?
Oh yeah.
Are you familiar with limericks?
Yeah.
So there's a limerick about a pelican. I'll read that real quick. I know it has little to do with this, but I figured I'd bring it up. So a wonderful bird is the pelican. His bill will hold more than his belly can. Food enough for a week, but I'm damned if I see how the hell he can.
I like that.
Yeah, I kind of remember that one differently. I don't remember the D word in there, so forgive me. All right, here we go. You guys are going to love this one. The Dalmatian pelican. All right, so this is rather interesting here, guys. So what do you make of this one? Teresa Lynch posts here. She says, "Have you ever heard of the Dalmatian pelican? It's the largest member of the pelican family, and perhaps the world's largest freshwater bird. Although rivaled in weight and length by the largest swans, they are elegant soaring birds with wingspans rivaling those of great albatrosses, and their flocks fly in graceful synchrony." So,
Those things are creepy looking.
yeah, they kind of are. And you know, have you ever looked at a pelican's mouth? When they open their beak, they got these teeth. I'm surprised Teresa didn't show those images. But yeah, they've got like sharks-looking teeth in there.
That's weird.
Yeah, and did you guys know that? I think Teresa mentioned that we're working on. This will be year 5, isn't that right? I think May the 4th, because the way we remember it, because of Star Wars, May the 4th be with you. That's how we remember the anniversary of her Facebook group. So, guys, if you're welcome to join if you like, just you just answer the questions and you can join. Let me present the next one for you guys.
I do have to mention too that spelling of Dalmatian still drives me crazy. That's not what I remember. Dalmatian was ION, not IAN.
It looks funny, I know. It's like the word marshmallow. I can't wrap my mind around that one.
See, for me, that's not a change. I remember it the current way on that one.
Wait,
but
which
it does
one?
make sense the other way.
Wait, which one?
Marshmallow, it does make sense the way you remember it, but I've never seen it that way. I've seen it the way it is now, only. Mallow.
Yeah, mallow. It's weird. But Rich Vasanic posts here. This is the next thing we're presenting here from Teresa's Mandela Reality Residue Hunters. So anyway, residents in China. All right. It's saying here must be caused by global warming. And she puts 3 happy laughing faces. Residents in China are told to use umbrellas as the city was hit by a rainstorm of worms. Beijing residents were told it was recommended to leave their home with umbrellas, while Chinese authorities are yet to reveal a reason behind this strange phenomenon. So these worms were just raining from the sky, and they were ending up on cars and buildings and such. Pretty weird, huh?
That is absolutely insane. I want to know how that happened.
Yeah, same here. There's another interesting article that Teresa is showing on her group here. Oh, someone said I love marshmallows. Who said that?
Philo.
Oh, Philo. Yes, I love marshmallows also. I just wish they were spelled the right way. Teresa Lynch says here, ancient tunnel of unknown civilization discovered. So they just found it. I'm afraid to open this up for copyright reasons, but if you want to become a member of the group, it's free to join. You can check that out. You can just click on it and open up the YouTube video, or you can just look it up. Also, just look up that title, "Ancient Tunnel of Unknown Civilization." Found, just been found. Let's see how many more we got. Three more to present. All right. Jeff, you want to read this one? Can you read the? Let me see if I can zoom in here. Can you read that? You want me to zoom in some more?
A little bit more, yeah.
How's that?
That's better. All right. Does anyone remember him dying before? Robert Blake passed away Thursday, March 9th, 2023 at the age of 89. So that was Teresa posting that. And actually, I agree with her because I do remember him dying already. A few years ago, I thought.
He sounds like a poet, but I mean, I've never heard of this. I've never heard of him before.
Really? Beretta, the show Beretta.
I've never seen it.
I never saw it either, but I heard of it. But this guy supposedly killed his wife in like 2002 or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's what he looked like.
2016. Michael Fontaine says, yeah, I think that's when I remember him dying.
But yeah, and you know what was weird for me was there was another. You remember it was debatable as to when what's his name? That comedian. You remember him?
Louis Anderson?
No. Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh, Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams. You remember it was debatable when he died?
No, I remember that very clearly.
When did he die for you?
That was 2014, I believe.
2014?
Yeah, it was 2014. I remember the day it happened. It was my friend's birthday, and we were having a pool party. And he was really sad. He's like, "Oh, Robin Williams had to die on my birthday." So yeah, I remember that pretty clearly.
Yeah, he died. It says he died August 11th, 2014.
Yeah.
He was 63 years old, and he undiagnosed severe Lewy body disease, whatever that is, and it
Never
spread
heard
to
of
his
that.
brain. Huh?
Never heard of that. I thought he was just depressed.
That's what I thought too. Well, I mean, he was suffering for many years from depression, paranoia, memory loss, and insomnia. He died by suicide, actually, is what he said in his home. His autopsy revealed undiagnosed and severe Lewy body disease. It spread to his brain. Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There are a lot of celebrities who I remember dying twice. A lot of them.
Yeah, plenty of them.
But Louis Anderson is the one that freaks me out the most.
And why is that?
I remember it so clearly, not only him dying, but him being dead for so many years that, like, it was something that, like, everybody knew. It was like, I don't know. It was because I remember thinking, which hosts of Family Feud were still alive and which weren't. And I was just putting him in the group that weren't. And, like, I just remembered seeing it on the news, remembered hearing about it. And I was shocked a couple of years ago when I found out he was still alive. That one really hit me hard because I really clearly remember him dying.
Yeah, I remember him dying. I remember him dying twice.
Yep.
Anyway, we have some scary news here, guys. Apparently on CNN, the Chicken Noodle News Network, scientists have revived a zombie virus that spent, it spent 48,500 years frozen in permafrost. Look at that. So why would you want to revive this thing, right? Only if you wanted to possibly engineer something. I don't know. Guys. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, why would they want to do that? Like, what would be the purpose other than something completely vindictive and evil to do something like that? Which, as you know, I wouldn't put past them.
Yeah, Analog Lime says Louis Anderson was from Minneapolis, and I moved to Minneapolis the year that he died in 2000. It was a big deal. Most definitely.
See, the year I'm kind of not sure of. Like, it was anywhere from 2006 to 2012 for me that I remember Louis Anderson dying. But I can't pinpoint which year I exactly remember it happening. But I do remember it happening for sure.
Right.
And for the people who say, oh, you're just getting him mixed up with John Candy or this other guy or like another overweight comedian. No, he's completely different than John Candy or any of those other guys or Chris Farley or any other similar comedians. I know there was another one named John Panette that was similar to him that died, that was overweight. But no, we're not getting anybody mixed up with anybody. I hate when people say that. Like, they're completely different comedians. Like,
Exactly. Teresa Lynch wanted me to point out this last item here that she found in the group. So she
great
put in
residue.
Residue for If You Build It, They Will Come from the animated TV show The Critic. So
I used to watch this, and I remember this episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I might be able to play it. Let me see if I can play it without getting a copyright. Hopefully it's a short clip.
It was one of my favorite cartoons for a while.
See if it'll let me if it'll load. Come on, guys. Keep your fingers crossed.
Our last film tonight is Field of Dreams 2 with Kevin Costner. If you build it, they will come.
Oh my goodness, that is residue.
Yeah, very good residue.
That's perfect.
Yep.
That's exactly the way I remembered it.
Me too. It was about the ball players.
Yes. Why would it have anything to do with anything else?
People use the excuse.
It was the dad.
It was the dad. No, he finds that out later that it was the dad. It was the ball players initially. And then the people coming to see them. It was always they.
Yes, it was. Anyway, what do you guys think about all those? Again, if you want to become a member, you just have to answer the questions and make a request to the group to join and then answer the questions. So we have another one from Curiouser's channel that was on, I believe her show was last night or the night before. But let me go ahead and present this one to you. There's this new type of fog. It's called sea smoke. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. There's a new type of fog I've never seen or heard of. I'm curious if it's new for you as well. Have you guys ever heard of this sea smoke before? The other names are steam fog or frost smoke. So apparently this type of fog occurs when frigid air meets with warmer water. You got that so far? So it happens frequently in Sandy's neck of the woods during the winter months, yet she's never seen it before. So, and it doesn't take much, the water just has to be at 40 degrees. The air, though, it has to be at 10 degrees or below. So unlike regular fog, this fog rises up from the water just like steam in a boiling pot of water. It's also wispier at first as opposed to an even dense layer. When temperatures rapidly change, sea smoke can become very dense and can even look like a gigantic wall of clouds. This isn't just regular like fog that you see, guys. This is something different. So there's actually a video here in Duluth, Minnesota. Check this out. Kind of looks like a tsunami. Like if I didn't know any better, I'd have thought it was a tsunami. Anyway, as a result of sea smoke, we also now have sea smoke devils. The exact same thing as a dust devil, except that the whirlwind is over the water and is visible because of sea smoke. Have you ever heard of either of these? Have you seen these before? Jeff, can you see this?
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Are we calling BS on this one?
Yep.
Yeah, same here. This is bizarre. And it gets even weirder. I mean, how have we not seen this before? Like, it's not like regular fog. Just some more images, and see, there's those whirlwinds, those mini dust devil things.
Yeah, those are weird. I
What do you
never
guys
saw
think?
that before in my life.
What are the people in the comments saying right now, Jeff? What is everybody saying?
Nothing really about that.
Are you able to see the chat?
LVK says never heard of any kind of fog except fog. Yes, I agree. London Fog says follow fire.
Man Down says I see smoke, but it ain't from the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Gerald Neal says look up AZ Habab. Yep. Earth LVK says Earth's atmosphere is changing. That's for sure. Yes, it is. And by the way, guys, we got 44 people watching. That's an angel number. Thank you, guys. All right, so we have another new one. This is from Curiouser's presentation. Spelling of a popular brand of alcohol has changed. Wow, it's raining pretty hard outside. I like the rain at night when you're cozy in your home. I love that. Just don't be out in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, the spelling of this alcohol has changed for Sandy. So please spell how you remember this Hawaiian sounding coffee liquor brand being spelled. Anyone recognize this one? K blank A, whatever the fill in the blanks. I've never heard of this Hawaiian sounding coffee, I don't think. Have you?
Oh, you never heard of this drink?
No, I don't really drink that much, to be honest with you.
I don't either, but I've heard of this. I did try it a couple
I
times
mean,
years ago.
normally I'm good for a Guinness, or Guinness is usually my go-to, or like a Michelob or something. Anybody in the chat know this one? So we got some answers here, Jeff. I'm reading you. We got High Pocket says Kahlua, Kahlua. We have Noise Guru says Kahlua.
Rick
Gerald Neal
Satterwhite
says Kahlua,
says
spelled with it.
Kahlua.
Yeah,
K-A-L-U-A
says Gerald Neal.
U-H-A.
Rick Satterwhite says Kaluha, Kaluha. It's like we have like a wide variety here. RC909 says Kalooa. And Analog Lime says Kahlua. LVK says Kahlua. So we got like 4 different versions here, guys. Philifire says Khalua? Question mark. So how many did you count? How many different varieties, Jeff? I think I saw 5. 5
At
different
least.
varieties. Is that a good guess?
Yeah.
Philifire says the KA looks better to me. Yeah, I would say so too. Whoops. There we go. Okay. It was spelled. What is it, Jeff?
I was just going to say I'm not affected by this particular one. I know the drink, and the spelling is the way I remember it.
And I don't know. I mean, you know how they say aloha is hello in Hawaiian? I think maybe that's where some of the confusion could lie if it is one of those situations.
Yeah.
However, if you're dead set on it, like Sandy says, she remembers it Kaluha in my past, but it's always been spelled Kahlua. See, it's where the H is. So it's Kahlua now, where it used to be Kaluha. Is anybody affected by this one? So they have I think there's residue here. She pointed out raspberry Kaluha, white chocolate chip jam. That sounds good. National Kaluha Day, and this is from a known website from San Antonio, Kaluha Cafe, chocolate Kaluha cake. So maybe it's like a Reese's. Maybe there's no wrong way of spelling this thing. I have no idea. I mean, you might see it multiple different ways. Kaluha coffee, Kaluha vanilla Swiss meringue buttercream. That sounds good.
Now, even though I have current memory, it wouldn't shock me if it was a change, because so many different liquors and alcohols and things like that have changed. They have been Mandela.
Well, have you checked the spelling for schnapps? I'm curious about that one now.
Yeah. Wonder what that is. I know what I remember, but who knows if that's right anymore.
Kahlua, homemade Kaluha. There's different residues here. Okay, so Sandy pointed out here, Kaluha by Kaluha would have made more sense because it would have matched her name, Kuka. Yeah. So Kaluha, more Kaluha radio. Kaluha next to Kaluha. Yeah. So these are from pretty reputable folks here, and so it's kind of debatable as to the correct spelling.
There's definitely enough residue to prove it's a change.
Yeah, this is like one of those places where you order burgers and drinks, and they offer a Choco Colada, which is rum Kaluha, milch. Looks like it's one of those places. It's German, maybe. Yeah. Or there's white. They serve White Russian there. Oh, I didn't know White Russian contained Kaluha. Did you?
No.
It has vodka, Kaluha, Sani, and milk. Oh, there's Brussels sprout. Or Brussels sprouts, yeah.
That change drives me nuts.
I know it was Brussels sprouts, not Brussels sprout.
The S just does not fit there. The S doesn't even come close to fitting there. It's so ridiculous to me.
Man, this is just, they say, Tom comes on our channel a lot. He always says that the Mandela effect is the greatest show on earth. It really is. It's like,
he's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not far from the truth here. I mean, if you're not awake to what's going on in the world, then I don't know what to tell you.
The greatest show on earth that somehow not everybody sees. And that blows my mind too. Like, how do you not see it at this point?
But it's all connected to something deeper. We know that by now.
Mm-hmm. I thought that right away.
Really?
Right away, it hit me. There are messages behind this.
From the Mandela effect?
Yes. As soon as I found out about the term Mandela effect, right away I was thinking that there has to be messages behind these changes. There's a reason it's happening, and that's what we have to figure out.
Yes, exactly. Hey, Sandy's joining us. Hey, Sandy.
Hi.
Hey, Sandy.
I'm sorry I'm really late, but Teresa handed me something today that was really good. So.
Well, Sandy, we've got 43 people watching. Isn't that awesome?
I only see 14.
Well, 44 now. We're back to the angel of 44. Come on, guys.
No,
keep them coming.
I see 1-4, not 4-4. What are you seeing? Where are you at? Oh, my channel. My channel. I gotta go to my channel. I'm on my channel. I have to go to your channel, I should say. I'm gonna go to my channel. I mean your channel. I'll be right back, guys.
This is fun.
I'm so not used to. I wish you'd show me everything. But
Sandy, I get to post as you if I want to, don't I?
Yes, you do. I'm saying hi to everyone in your chat now.
I said hi to everyone in your chat, I think.
Oh. All right, guys. I'm off to my channel.
All right. So this next one here, guys, if you have small children nearby, you may want to cover their ears or move them into the next room. Many of you have heard or seen. Has anyone ever owned a Boudoir doll? Apparently, there's this. I think Sandy, what she meant to say was, have any of you heard of or seen?
No.
Have you ever owned
many of you have heard of, seen, or have even owned a boudoir doll. But for those of you who have not,
Okay.
boudoir dolls or French dolls are detailed, realistic dolls made for decoration, not play. That is what I meant to say. That's what it says.
Yeah, it's interesting. So they were usually put on beds, but were also displayed on sofas, bookshelves, and mantels. The height of their popularity was in the 1920s, and today they are highly collectible. I bet they are. The possible Mandela isn't the dolls themselves. It's a boudoir doll type. Have you ever seen a smoking boudoir doll before? I can't say this is a Mandela for sure, but I can say I've never seen these or heard of these dolls, which seem to be everywhere. It's not like they were rare. They were very popular throughout the 1930s.
That's
Wow,
creepy.
that is creepy.
They're creepy when they're not smoking. They're even creepier when they are.
The top right one looks like Cruella de Vil.
It does.
That's yes. Some are so realistic that they look creepy, especially those that are missing the cigarette. Why would you want a doll that had a cigarette? I mean, it's like encouraging you to smoke.
I have no
Why would you
idea.
want to encourage your children to smoke?
Which they kind of did do back in the day
They did.
without knowing any better, I guess. But still, it's weird.
Right, because didn't Lorraine from Back to the Future, didn't she say anybody who's anybody smokes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a thing.
And that was in the 50s, I guess, for that setting of the movie.
Hi,
So,
hi, Anita. Anita's on my channel, Brian.
oh, that's awesome. So what do you guys think? The style of the boudoir doll we just didn't know about, or possible change to our timeline where smoking dolls were a thing?
I can't say for sure, but all I can say is I've never seen them, ever.
Yeah, me
I've seen
too.
the other ones, but not these. I've seen
Especially
a
a
lot of
doll,
these
you know, for
dolls too because
kids.
there's a channel on YouTube called Graveyard Girl, and she collects old creepy dolls. I would think she would have these. She doesn't, not that I know of. She's never shown any. She showed a lot of her creepy dolls, and none of them.
That's always a tip-off right there. When people who are experts on a certain subject don't know about a certain thing, and you feel they probably should.
Yeah.
Like historians not knowing about Black Tom.
Yeah. Exactly. Or employees not knowing the name of their company.
Yeah. That's another good one.
Oh, it gets me with like J.C. Penney, Chick-fil-A, all these places that are Mandela affected. Skechers. I've been to the shoe store and I've asked the Skechers person. They say, "Yeah, I remember the T." And then he looked down at his name tag. He's like, "Oh, I guess it's always been like that." So I don't know. Like, it's strange.
Skechers was one of the first ones I noticed many years ago.
I
And it
also
freaked me
felt like Adidas. Didn't it have like 3Ds in it or something? And now it has only 2?
No, I think it has 3 now, and it used to have 2.
See, for me, that's not a change.
Or vice, I don't know.
That's not a change for me because the acronym stood for something that people used to joke about. And if it had the other letters in it, that joke wouldn't work. So for me, it's the other way around. Like if it changed to having the extra letters in it, then that would be a change for me. That would be a Mandela effect for me. But the way it currently is now is the way I always remember it because people used to use it as an acronym and sing something that it spelled
You can't
something out.
say.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, there's a song about it. By the
Analog
group
Lime says
Korn.
when I go to O'Reilly, they still say O'Reilly's. Who's reading? Am I reading?
Well, yeah. Would somebody mind reading?
Oh, yeah. Warning, this might not be appropriate for children. You guys have seen it on the screen, so I'm guessing. Right. You already know. We can go on. Oh, this is why. Okay. We need to talk about animals again. I didn't even like putting this one together. Let alone having to talk about it twice. So, in your past, were animals capable of choosing to no longer live? I have a little disclaimer there. I can't say the S word because this is YouTube and they do not allow that. So, you know what I'm talking about. In your past, were animals capable of doing the S thing? Yes or no?
Am I
And I'm not
pausing
talking
here?
about, yeah, I'm not talking about lemmings. We all know about lemmings. That's like a follow the leader thing. I'm talking about on their own, just a single animal. So, Brian or Jeff, can one of you read the chat so you can see both sides? Because I only see mine.
What is it?
Can someone read the chat? Because I can only see
Okay,
one
we
chat,
have
not both.
Philifar says no. Mandanimal no. JT74 no. Parody Bear no. Shelby Norwood no. Not really here says that was not something I ever thought possible. Marlowe 1959 no. Unalive themselves no. High Pocket says. Philifar says eating their young sometimes, but that no. Anyway.
Hi,
Well,
Shelby. I just saw Shelby say hi. Sorry. And so did Analog Lime. Hello. All right, sorry. So we can go on. Or not.
hang on. I just had to change over because I had to switch over. Sorry.
Okay.
Good.
All right. For me, animals could always experience emotions, but not to the extent that they could be listed as clinically depressed. Sad, yes, but not suffering from the mental illness of depression. However, in this reality, there are many animals, many species, who take their own lives. The most famous case is Kathy, one of the dolphins who played Flipper on TV. That's horrible, Gerald. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. Dogs will get depressed and lonely if their owner is missing for so long.
Yeah, but that's depressed, sad. When owner comes home, they're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Another dolphin, Peter, whose heart broke when his human companion stopped seeing him, did the same thing. Both dolphins chose to stop breathing and die. So basically, with dolphins, it's not an automatic reflex. They have to choose to breathe underwater, and instead of doing that, these two chose not to on purpose. Next one, Brian. A Mandanimal Fizzy-Pop covered, the sugar glider, not only self-mutilates when depressed, but will break its own neck to say goodbye to this world. Again, sorry for the creative wording. I have to. And in 1845, there was a determined dog who made multiple attempts to drown himself until he finally succeeded. Now, before we go on, let me read the top. In 1845, the Illustrated London News reported a singular case of S involving a fine, handsome, and valuable black dog of the Newfoundland species. The dog had been acting less lively than usual for days, but then was seen to throw himself in the water and endeavor to sink by preserving perfect stillness of the legs and feet. The dog was rescued and tied up. However, as soon as he was released, he entered the water again and tried to sink himself. This occurred several times, until at last the dog appeared to tire, and by dint of keeping his head determinedly under water for a few minutes, succeeded at last in obtaining his object, for when taken out this time he was indeed dead. And speaking of dogs, that is just so upsetting. I can't.
I know.
Oh. This is also thanks to Fizzy, but she didn't want me to credit her, but I am. There's a bridge in Dunbar in Scotland nicknamed Dog S-Word Bridge.
So is that the
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Is that the famous S word that we don't want to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Hypnotic. I cried so hard at that episode. I don't even want to think about it. Oh my gosh. When dogs approach the Overton Bridge, their owners claim that the dog changes before running up and leaping off the side of the bridge. It's estimated that 300 to 600 dogs have taken this leap, with 500 to 100 not surviving. Jency says there's 2 bridges. I didn't look to see if there was another one. I just looked up the one that Fizzy told me. It's not clear why they're doing this, but locals believe the reason is paranormal. Scientists, and I want to add, and a pastor, have a theory, though. They believe the scent of mink is what causes them to do this. Unlike humans, they don't realize they are on a bridge. They may think they are leaping over the wall to solid ground instead of 50 feet of air until they reach the ground. So what do you guys make of all this? Did animals do these things in your past? Because it's clear from the 1845 article that this has always been normal behavior for animals. Personally, I believe this is the Mandela effect. I really do. I don't remember animals doing this stuff, breaking their own necks.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I
agree.
That's one I agree too. But I feel like animals with the Mandela effect, the way everything's been going with it,
Yeah.
I feel like animals are more like people now.
Yeah, they're smarter. We've covered them being smarter. The elephant picking up trash, putting it in a trash can on security video. I don't know. They're just. I forget what the other examples we used were, but they have more facial expression now. Some of them seem to be able to talk. You can train them to hit buttons and talk to you. It's crazy. They're so much smarter than they used to be.
Animals are smarter, people are dumber.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to refresh Flickr?
Yeah, you probably do.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right, so we've got. Is there only 4 more to go, Sandy?
There's only 4 more. I didn't have time. I had to research traces. I put a damper on the big one that I was going to do tonight.
You put a damper on it?
I had to. I didn't have time. Traces was good enough that I had to put mine on hold.
Hey, Mom. Welcome.
Hi, Anita.
Hi, Anita.
We can't hear you, Anita.
I think she's on mute.
She is on mute.
All right.
Hey,
So Jeff, hey Jeff, you want to read this, or Mom, you want to read this one?
yeah, sure. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, the first question I'm going to ask you may not be a Mandela, but info I will never knew. Okay, but the second question is an absolute change to a bird in the penguin family called puffins. So question 1, do puffins fly?
Jency's never even heard of puffins, so it's a whole land animal for her.
I never did either.
Me neither.
Okay, Mandanimal too. I think I probably heard of these from Fizzy.
I don't know.
So those of you that know puffins, a bird in the penguin family, did they fly? And these are just random birds flying, guys. I think they're seagulls, some sort of seagull that I have on the screen.
Well, I'm thinking since they're related to penguins and penguins don't fly, I don't think they do. Puffins don't. That's just a guess.
All right, so Crypnotic says, I've never seen a picture of one flying. Brian, I can't see your chat.
Oh, let's see.
Crypnotic also says, I think they swim pretty well. That I thought too, yes.
Like penguins.
Crypnotic said, I've never seen a picture of one flying. Mandanimal says, not sure whether puffins fly. LVK says, no, they never flew. High Pocket says, don't know. Gerald Neal says, so that's where cheese puffs come from? Crypnotic says, I think they swim pretty well. Jency, I'm with you. I never heard of puffins till now.
They have a feature I don't remember, and that's going to be question number 2.
Philifire says, my wild turkey go pretty high up in the trees. Weird to see.
That is weird.
Not really here, it says. First time seeing them fly. It looks weird.
That's not them flying. That's a picture of seagulls or something.
Okay.
I just Google it. Puffins. You're not going to believe how fast. Okay.
Anita, we don't Google here. We want memories.
Gotcha.
All right, next question, Brian.
Okay. So,
it's Anita. Anita's reading. You just have to switch slides.
Yeah, go ahead, Mom.
Okay, question number 2. Do you remember a pyramid of skin around their eyes?
What do you mean by a pyramid?
A pyramid of skin. That's all I got for you. Eyelids, maybe, in the shape of a pyramid. That's what I'm asking. Do you guys remember a pyramid of skin around their eyes? So those of you that remember puffins, that have been in the Puffins universe because of Fizzy, do you remember a pyramid of skin around their eyes? Yes or no?
Well, since I never saw them or heard of them, I don't know.
Yeah. Jency says no, but Jency doesn't know what they look like up close yet, unless she's Googled it. I like Crypnotic's message. Welcome newcomers to the Puffin universe. They are kind of cool to look at. I don't think so, pushing buttons, but not sure. Brian, I can't see your chat again. Or Jeff, can you read the chat at Brian's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
That way Brian doesn't have to leave Flickr.
File of Fire says a ring, not pyramid. LVK says nope. And Animal says no pyramid. And Gainer says just found it a couple days ago. The eyelid skin like a circle. That's it.
Okay.
All right. You'll understand in a minute, Parody Bear. You will understand. So will you, Jency. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Should I write?
Yes. Yes.
The answers are yes. They fly, and yes, they have pyramids around their eyes. And I do not remember either of the things being true. Me neither.
I've never heard of puffins.
Mm.
Their
Period.
wings are huge. Now you see it. You see the pyramid. Oh, there's gonna be close-ups of it. Don't worry.
Is it going to be
Oh.
close up? Okay.
Yeah, there's gonna be close-ups. Yeah.
Okay. I was taught they were flightless, only able to maybe fly a few feet, like an extended hop. But they are known to fly up to 30 feet in the air and can only fly when large bodies of water are in sight. Do you remember this?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like if you put them in a zoo and there's no water, they won't fly. They will only fly if there's water. I guess they're afraid they're gonna fly out of the sky because their wings are gonna shrink back down. They had tiny little wings and now they're huge. Look at this. Look at their wings.
They look like falcons. They're like falcons. They're not penguins.
Yeah, it's so wrong. This is so wrong. I am so upset by this.
Okay, but they have duck feet.
Yeah, because they can swim. They've always been able to swim.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Anita.
Their wingspan is huge. I don't even remember their wings being this big. Do you? Nope.
And the next is the eye. Check out this eye, everyone. Do you remember this eye?
No. I have already stated that I do not remember the triangle over the eyes. Thankfully, there is residue in drawings, both cartoon and realistic, of how I remember puffins looking.
Tensi says WTF. Pushing button says wow, not at all. They had short, stubby wings, says Analog Line. So there's a hat. On the right is a hat or just a head with this sheath. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the top of a stuffed animal before they put it together. But they made it blue and orange. I mean, it's gray and orange, close enough. But that's what made me stop and say, wait, what? Go look at them. Oh my God, I don't remember the triangle. And then there's triangles all over the beak. It's a very geometric bird. They don't, I know they don't look like puffins. I know. They don't look right. They look wrong. I mean, there's different species of puffins though. There's a few different species.
Where do they live?
Iceland mainly. But we have them in zoos. Brian, you want to go on to the green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so many people do not remember the triangle. And some of these are like nice paintings and stuff. No triangle on the eye. No, not a toucan.
Do the eyes close and open?
No, they're open. It's just that they're not. They have that skin that makes their eyes look longer. Look how little the wings are on that drawing on the right. And that very realistic painting. There's nothing of the sort around the eyes.
Look at that beak.
Yeah, the beak is very wide and colorful. But look at the wings. They were little. How? No. Absolutely not. Brian, there's like... Brian, did you walk away?
No, I'm here.
All right, because there's a lot more pictures of the eyes. And most of them have little wings.
Huge.
And there's them flying.
You know how fast they can fly?
How fast?
55 miles an hour.
Get out of here. Stop it.
Go look it up on Google.
Oh my goodness.
Google says 55 miles an hour.
Wait, you might want to cross-reference that with Chat GPT.
Go ahead. What they're saying.
30 feet in the air.
Yeah, 55 miles an hour.
Not my reality. These birds changed.
It says they can go actually 55 to 60 miles an hour. Wait, no. Sorry, hang on. Average speed is 34 to 37, but yes, they can go up to 55 miles per hour. You're right.
Maybe if
You're
they're
right
being
about that.
chased by something, yeah. Jency's just freaking out. These birds never existed.
If you're being chased by an alligator, could you outrun one, Sandy?
Yes. Yeah, easily. With my cane, I could outrun one. You just walk zigzag.
I've seen those canes that have like a hidden bullet inside them or something.
I could probably, if anyone, if you find one, send it to me. I could use that in Philly.
Yeah. Next up, we're talking about chocolate. For all you chocolate lovers out there,
Okay.
this next one may
Puffins.
appeal to you.
Or they may completely disagree with me, but I don't care because I know this will change for me. They can disagree.
All right,
all they
Sandy, you want to read this one since it's yours?
No, let Jeff read one. He just gets
Okay,
it right.
Jeff, you read one.
All right.
He's affected by this one anyway. So he should.
Oh, yeah.
And he helped find residue. So go, Jeff.
A change happened to one of my favorite candies that I ignored for a long time tonight. I'm finally talking about it.
Oh, look at that. Look at Crypnotic in the chat. Yes. Crypnotic is totally from my reality. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah. So go ahead, Jeff.
Ferrero's flagship confection. Please spell the name that you remember. Ferrero R blank.
So Jeff,
You got a bunch of Rochers.
Mm-hmm. Jency.
It looks like Rocher now.
Brochure. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
That's okay. You're closer than what it is now, pushing buttons.
Yeah, excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Interesting. Gerald and pushing buttons remember a T on the end.
Oh, shit.
Jency's really upset by this one.
I can tell.
Oh. Go ahead, Jeff.
These were spelled Rocher in my past, not Rocher. Does anyone remember the spelling like I do?
All right, we can go on, Brian, because they already answered. We need to talk about the logo now. That changed right in front of my eyes today.
Before I get into the proof of my reality, the logo changed on me today. I think the angle of the R's changed because it wasn't merged like this. Also, the sharpness of the letters is wrong. Old ad showing the merged sharp lettered logo. It was not like this.
Do you guys remember the R's merged like this?
No.
No.
I think the angle of the R's is what changed, but I also don't remember like the really sharp points of everything. Like it was like a calligraphy style.
Mhm.
And as you guys can see, it's Rocher with an R. They are freaking out. Sorry, go on, Jeff.
Okay, back to the Rocher. In French, they both mean rock, but these are small, bite-sized candy. Rocher makes more sense because Rocher is usually used for boulder or large rocks. I believe in my past the company decided to go with Rocher, but in this reality, Rocher was chosen since both words are correct and pronounced the same way.
And that's why we have two different spellings everywhere. You want to thank yourself? Go ahead.
Thank you, Jeff Zanzibar, for the newspaper residue. You're quite welcome, Jeff Zanzibar.
Oh, we can't say Parody Bear. I know you said who does chat think, but I don't even think we can say in the chat. I think we might get taken down.
For some reason, I was just thinking about that Oliver Twist thing. You know, the Oliver Twist Mandela effect, where it's like, please, sir, I'd like some more versus please, sir, I want some more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was I'd like some more now. I'm kind of remembering both.
I remember,
No.
May I have some more?
May I have some more? And now it's please, sir, I want more, or something
Yeah.
like that. It's some more.
I thought it was
gone.
please, sir, I'd like some more,
He
but
went
now
from-
it's please, sir, I want some more.
He went from begging for it to demanding it.
I want more. I want some more, or something like that. Yeah. So here is a plethora of residue. So Brian, you're going to want to go a little faster on these. There's a lot. I found a lot, and then Jeff found a lot. I even cut some of mine out.
Let's be clear. How many R's are there in the first word?
Right in the first word, there's 3 R's, and now in the second word, now there's 2 R's.
Yes, there used to be 1 R in the second word.
Yeah, so it went from 4 to 5.
It is not. It's Ferrero with 2 E's in the word.
Yeah, it always had 2 E's for me. There is another candy company called Ferrero, and that's got an A.
Mom, what do you think?
Yeah.
You remember Ferrero Rocher or Rocher?
The one on the left. Rocher.
Hi, General Sorrow.
Yeah, guys, my mom and dad are both affected by the Mandela effect. And in the beginning, Mom, wouldn't you say there was a little resistance? Like you hadn't really heard much about it. You didn't think things could change, right?
Right. And
Or like even that one we argued. I remember we argued back and forth about the Twilight Zone guy. Briefly, it was a brief arguing of the Twilight Zone guy.
I remember that argument.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one, Sandy?
I do.
Rod, it was Rod Sterling. Rod Sterling for me.
Oh God, 1,000% Rod Sterling. 1,000 trillion,
Sterling.
quadrillion % Sterling.
But I'm sure you probably have a dual memory on that one, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
But there's plenty of them. We also talked about Sean Austin, and I remember me and my dad having an argument over that one. And he swears up and down it was not Austin, it was Aston.
I'm with your dad on that one.
I know.
Wait.
I remember Sean Austin.
Aston for me.
What is it now?
Aston is his father's.
What, Jeff?
What is his name now?
Aston.
Aston.
It was Austin.
Yeah, it was Austin.
Austin. No, but that wouldn't fit with his father as John Aston.
But his name was John Austin.
No,
Not for me.
not for me.
And that's a sync because that's related to what I was doing tonight that I had to scrap.
Oh, I never read that last part.
Oh,
It
you
doesn't
didn't?
matter.
Okay.
It didn't matter. It's okay. It didn't matter.
It was just residue, right?
It was just me, saying that if you didn't see it the way if you didn't share my memory, hopefully the residue convinced you that it was like that for me. But they're all freaking out about it. You don't have to read it. It's
Patty
fine.
Duke kids.
Yeah, Patty Duke's kids. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? Oh, what is this goldfish update?
This is I'm gonna recap it anyway. Go ahead.
Wait a
Go
minute.
for it.
All right,
It's
you
one I
want me to
did
read
about
it?
2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Hold on.
All right, Sandy, you read this one.
All right. So last year, at the end of the year, I found a change to goldfish, which I will recap right now before adding a new possible ME or two to the subject. So we're going to really just redo part of it. Go ahead, Brian.
Okay.
So originally there was public service announcement. Do not dump your goldfish in rivers and lakes or flush them down the toilet, because apparently from the toilet they can get to the rivers and lakes. Because in this reality, putting your goldfish in a bigger tank doesn't affect their size, but lakes and rivers sure do. Next one, Brian. Goldfish are domesticated species that become an invasive species in the wild, depleting specific fish from native waters. But besides this, they also grow huge.
No, not my reality.
Yeah, I know. I thought this was Photoshop. It's not a Photoshop.
It's not a Photoshop.
That's fake.
They just don't stop growing. This is a Mandela in my book.
Are you going to talk about where people used to eat these things? They would challenge themselves to swallow one?
Well, we already yeah, that's not part of this one, but we previously covered that, where it used to be a whole thing. They would have goldfish eating competitions and
Ew.
not in my past. Ew, gross, yuck.
No, I would never eat a goldfish.
No, me either. They used to swallow them whole, put them in drinks.
Wow.
It was gross. I can't.
I can't either. What in the world?
But this I can't either. That they grow this big, it's insane.
They look like bass, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when they get that big, you might as well call it a bass.
That's so ridiculous. It's hard to believe those are not photoshopped.
Yeah, and the nickname for them is monster goldfish. So where it says fishing for monster goldfish, that is the nickname for them, monster goldfish.
That guy in the bottom right there kind of looks like Mr. Beast a little bit.
All right, so we're on to the new stuff. On to the new issues.
Mm.
See this, guys? Apparently, to rid our waters of invasive species, Fishermen are electrocuting the invasive fish. The first shocks them, causing a frenzy of jumping fish. Electrocution to catch fish. So go on, Brian.
That's crazy.
And then it stuns them for a few minutes, which stops them from moving, so they can be scooped out of the water. If kept in water, the fish survive. Have you ever heard of electrofishing before? Because the slide is out of water, so I'm telling you it's called electrofishing. I was rushing to get in here. Sorry, guys.
I've never heard of this tactic before. I've always heard of nets. They usually drop nets.
Yeah, no, it's a special boat. Like I said, the slides are out of order. It's probably the next slide. This special boat electrocutes the water within like a 6-foot radius, and any fish in the 6-foot radius will electrocute, jump out of the water, and then land and not move, stunned.
It kind of takes the sport out of it, doesn't it?
Well, there's no sport to this. This is like the
It does.
Fish and Wildlife Service. This is what they do when there's an invasive species to get them out of the water. Next slide, Brian. It'll explain more because it was the first slide. Okay, so I'm gonna read the top first. Oh no. Okay. Anyway, to deal with the giant goldfish, the Fish and Wildlife Department has begun using electrofishing because wild goldfish can lay up to 50,000 eggs at a time. One goldfish can lay 50,000 eggs.
Wow.
Do not flush your, like some people just alive flush their goldfish if they're tired taking care of it.
Not to gross anyone out here, but don't spiders lay about that many eggs?
I don't know. 50,000 is a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
It doesn't kill any fish. It just stuns them. But the ME here is how they reproduce. Here's the question, guys. Stay here, Brian. Could goldfish clone themselves in your past? Or did the eggs require fertilization first from, a male and a female?
I'm going to pause right here.
That's
The general sorrow has the current reality, yes, and the mother eats some of them. Panel. Anita, Jeff, Brian, do you guys remember goldfish cloning themselves?
No.
No.
It sounds wicked.
Jesse earlier said, wait, what? Pushing buttons, never heard of that before. I can't see Brian's chat, so.
Nope. Philomar said no cloning.
You want us to show that after we're done, Jency?
Yeah.
I'll take a screenshot. Brian, after we're done this folder, can you go to Jency's link?
Yeah.
Let's talk about something in Reddit. Looks like something about Sinbad.
I'll do a screenshot on here. I forgot. I don't know how to do a screenshot on here anymore. Hang on, maybe it's Control Alt.
It's just easier if you go to the link, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe not.
I can't copy and paste from here.
All right, Brian, you can go on with the thing when you're ready.
Okay. Okay.
And a single human. Yes, General Sarah.
Sandy, is there any way you could you send me that screen? The
Yes,
Can you send
give
me
me
the
1 second.
link?
Yes, give me 1 second. I am waiting. There it goes. Nope, still not on my screen yet because it stopped playing. There we go. One would think that these monster goldfish would be ill-equipped to survive the Canadian winter underneath frozen lakes, and one would be wrong to think that. So not only that, these goldfish survive ice-cold water and swim underneath the ice. But I wanted to add that in. But females don't even need a male to reproduce. They have a special process called gynogenesis, in which the female will get the sperm from a different kind of minnow. Okay? To start the eggs developing, even though they are not fertilized. And so she produces clones of herself. Now, I don't understand how they are clones, but she's using sperm from another species. None of that makes sense to me.
No, it
But that's
doesn't
what
make
they're
sense to
saying.
me either.
They're saying that they're self-cloning goldfish the size of footballs, but she's using sperm from minnow, but they're not fertilized. So I think this might be a Mandela effect. This just sounds crazy to me.
I agree.
And then top it says, football-sized self-cloning monster goldfish are taking over Canadian lakes by the thousands. I don't know about you, but I've never had a goldfish spontaneously become pregnant and give birth to little cloned eggs. But now they do. Is this a change for you too?
Maybe that's what the Bible predicted.
Here, Brian, I also sent you like the top comments. I'm sending it to you now. Because I think that's the last slide, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, give me 1 second. Just cropping out some stuff.
Never heard of a goldfish cloning.
There's one. And the next one is the comments, which I'm getting for you now. There's a stupid little 3-dot thing on the top of iPad screens now. I hate it. I keep tapping it by accident. There we go. Then we have one more folder, Teresa's, after this, after we talk about Gen Z's.
Yeah, this is that one that new one that Teresa found, right?
Yeah. The reason why my big one wasn't done. All right, guys. Ryan, you want to read this one? Close out the show?
Yeah, credit goes to Teresa Lynch on this one. A very popular phone product has changed for us. What are these things officially called? What name do you remember these being sold as? Pop blank. If you are familiar with these, please spell it exactly how you remember it being written. All right, guys, I'm waiting for the chat. You guys, please put in the comments what you remember.
Pop something.
Pop, what? Starts with an S. You put it on the back of your phone. You can use it as a stand. You could hold it between your fingers so you don't drop your phone. What are these things called?
Gen Z is in Transylvania, I think. That might be why Gen Z's asking these.
Yeah, to me, these things kind of get in the way. They hinder your ability to use the quiet charging, or what do you call it, qi. I don't see how it's pronounced qi, but that's how it is pronounced in Chinese. But I say quiet charging.
Oh, Noise Guru, can you write the whole thing with the word pop? I want to see how you write it.
Yeah, write it out, guys.
Pops.
General Sorrow says Pop Rocks.
That's a candy.
Yeah, it is. Is that the fizzy kind that fizzes in your mouth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Philifire says Poppins. Never had one. I had the silicon piggies. JT74.
Okay, so Noise Guru says 2 words.
Okay, so far we have pop sockets.
Guys, I want you to write the actual. I want you to write pop. I'm trying to find out. Do you remember 1 word or 2 words too?
Crypnotic says I never heard of this.
I thought this was like, everybody knew these.
I have them.
I don't have one, but
Well,
I've known about them.
the only way I could see getting one is that if your Qi charger or Qi charger on the back was magnetic, then you could stick it on there magnetically.
No, Brian, they sell a charger. They sell a wireless charger for this with a hole for the pop socket.
It's a hole for the pop socket?
Yeah, you put your phone on top of the wireless charger, and it's got a hole for it to go into it. So that way it lays flat. Yeah,
you have a picture of that? You have a picture of that?
The other reason why these were invented, the main reason why these were invented was that you had a place to wrap your headphones.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, really. Originally, it was a Kickstarter. It was a case with two that popped out, so you could do like the figure 8 with your headphones. But then people found it was great for a kickstand and to hold it as well. And when the Kickstarter ended and they raised enough, it became one and removable, and that's what came to market in 2014.
You know this, honestly, you know what this kind of reminds me of? Those little collapsible cups that you could take with you, like when you were like in the field or when you were like in a tent, you could have a portable cup with you at all times.
Yeah, I think that's probably where they got the idea. We can go on, Brian. I thought more people would know this. I'm shocked. I would have put Ferrero Rocher last.
And for some reason, I'm also thinking of fruit by the foot, but I know that has nothing to do with this. All right.
Pop sockets.
Hey, it's Cobra Kai.
It is, but yeah. Why is snake's head white? Anyway.
Wait, I'm reading. Yeah. So anyway, we remember them being called pop sockets, but they've always apparently been called pop sockets with one word.
No, that auto-corrected. It's supposed to be pop socket, one word. That's pop socket, but now it's, that is a pop socket. The single is a plural now.
Okay, so was it all one word or was it two words?
All right, Teresa and I both remember pop space socket, no S. The socket's auto-corrected.
Pop socket.
Yeah, but they've always been one word, pop sockets with an S.
Okay, there's even a legal database that shows a lawsuit which names the defendant as Pop Socket, like we remember. So the website specifically states Pop Socket of Boulder, Colorado. And if you search it, the company's name is Pop Sockets now. I feel like that guy that pops out of the bush. Very interesting. You know? Who was that guy that said very interesting?
But stupid.
Artie Johnson.
Yes, you need to.
Yeah, Artie Johnson.
Yes.
Laughing.
Pop sockets is all one word, but the P and the S is capital now.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point, Analog Lime. That was a sink, Boulder, Colorado, and I talked about Boulder, Rocher. Yeah, that's a sink right there. This is official pop socket.
Mom, what do you remember me calling them?
Kickstands. I don't know.
You remember you used to have one of those on your old iPhone that had like glitter inside or something.
Yeah, the purple glittery thing. And I took it off because I couldn't put it on the stand in the car. It wouldn't fit.
They make special stands for those, the pop socket stands for the car.
For your vent. It's right there. Actually, no, it's not right there. It's in one of these pictures. It's a little U-shaped thing.
It's a U-shaped thing that you clip it on and it stays on there.
Yeah, I know they're not cheap.
No, they're not.
This one's a little speaker.
What? That is so cool.
Yeah.
More proof here for pop socket as 2 words without the S. I like the those phone cases that have like a Nintendo Game Boy or something on them.
No analog line. I think you need Rocher, Colorado.
DIY pop socket.
Shroomy. General Star says shroomy.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys think about that one?
You want to do one rewind folder before we close out for the night? So while you're talking about Gensies, I can go find one. Like something from like 2019 or something.
Yeah, if you want to send me a link real quick.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. You talk about Reddit.
Sandy, you said you've joined this. You've joined Flickr in 2018.
Yeah.
And it says you have 27,000 photos.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I don't think I even have that much in my Google.
There's a lot.
Did you send it yet?
No, you're going to do Gensies first while I do this.
Or would you happen to have the link?
Oh, you want me to send you the link to Reddit?
Yeah, I don't have that link.
Oh, I sent you screenshots. Let me get you the link. Hold on a second.
Because otherwise I'd have to pass it through an OCR. And it's going to take a couple minutes, about a minute or two to process. I could do that.
Give me 1 second. I'll get it.
Oh, okay. Did you want me to? I see you sent me a couple pictures. I could do that.
No. I have the link. I'm sending it to you right now.
All right.
There you go.
All right, so this is what Gen Z wanted to share with us. Let's see here. Here we go. So this was posted in the Mandela Effect r/Mandela Effect community. In live time right now, March 11, 2023, I just asked at a bar in a Maui restaurant, what do you know the actor Sinbad from? And they answered that stupid genie movie. When I asked them to describe it, they said it was a children's movie with Sinbad that they saw on VHS. I asked if they had ever heard of that it was missing or if they know about the Mandela effect. And not only did they say no, but they were passionate about the fact that they saw it, which of course led to Google searches trying to prove that it existed. Seriously, at what point do we have to acknowledge that this was a real film? There's like 32 comments on this, guys.
Wow.
It absolutely was, and I saw it.
It's one of the biggest of the Mandela effects. This movie came out in 1994, and now it's missing.
Yep. 94.
And IMDb won't even admit it either. Like it's just gone. You can't even find it, stream it anywhere. And I mean, I don't know. The closest thing we have to Shazam is Marvel's Shazam. They've made a movie about Shazam.
I remember it was in the library, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
We rented it.
I remember seeing all the posters and advertisements for it too, before I even saw the movie.
How in the world does it just disappear?
That's crazy. Because everybody remembers that movie.
Anyway,
Oh, here you go.
No.
I'm actually sending you two, Brian. Because one's older than the other. Do
Okay.
the one I sent first,
It is.
and then so do the cave one first, and then do the
Okay.
other one next. 2 rewinds to close out the night, guys. So if you're tired, these are older ones, but you may have missed them. So I know there's new people in the chat.
Gerald Neal asked a question that I have an answer to.
No, the answer is no. It's not the only missing movie.
Correct.
Do you want to
Yeah,
see
I was
the other one?
gonna say is
I
there
made
something missing?
I made a poster the way I remember it for the other missing movie.
Which is the other one for you? Because there's one that I remember too.
Well, I'm going to send it to Brian real quick. Brian, can you show this photo, please?
Wait, I'm already presenting something else right now. I guess I can. Sure.
It's just a quick photo of the other movie that has disappeared from my reality.
Okay.
I made this poster. When my Moneybags made a video on it.
Oh yeah, I think it's the same one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's
Yep.
exactly, I made the poster exactly how I remember the poster.
That's the one.
Yeah. Wait. So didn't they make a second? Batteries not included?
Not in
No,
this reality.
I made this poster, Brian.
No, they did. They totally made a second movie.
They did,
So
and it's
Yeah,
gone.
they did.
It's not there anymore.
You remember that, Mom?
It
It's
Yes.
been Shazammed.
Batteries still not included. And what about? Didn't they make like a Honey I Shrunk the Kid 2 or something?
Yes,
That's
they
still
did.
in this reality.
No. There's a Honey I Shrunk the Kid something.
Oh,
There's something to
yeah,
do with
there's
that
a
one.
typo. Yeah, it should be included. It says included.
Including
I
Batteries
never
still
even
not
noticed that. That's old.
included.
Yeah, it's supposed to be included, yes. But that's how I remember the poster. With the little still on above a carrot.
Sandy, how many Mandela effects would you say there are that are categorized or found?
I have no idea. There's thousands. I know it's in the thousands.
I've counted more than 10,000.
Wow.
Wow,
Anita, do you
Jeff.
want to read?
Yeah, sure. Of all the Mandela places I've covered, all the caves of the crystals and glowworms, I've never ever heard of a cave of pearls. Have you? No. Cave pearls are mineral deposits that have been made into smooth, perfectly round stones by millions of years of water flowing and erosion.
Wait, Brian. So, guys, have you heard of cave pearls if you've never seen this one before?
No.
I'm just
They
curious
look
what the chat has to say.
They look like fish eggs.
Yeah, so I was thinking eggs are stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff, are these from your reality?
No.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing: do they move around or are they stationary?
No, they're stationary.
Actually, you know what? They look like Dippin' Dots.
They look like Dippin' Dots, yeah.
I need to sell Dippin'
Yeah.
Dots.
That Anita.
Mom, you want to go read it?
Yeah. The colors vary depending on the minerals in the pearls. Some I found recently have been made of gypsum, quartz, and calcite. Wow. Apparently, the world has always known about cave pearls. They are sometimes used in jewelry. Cave pearls can be as small as pebbles and as large as softballs, but you won't find just one or two in the cave pearls at a time. They usually are found with hundreds to thousands of more in the same area. Wow. Look at that.
How do they form?
Millions of years of erosion from dripping water.
Well, look how smooth they are. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, you remember being caves. Remember?
I don't remember seeing these things in caves.
No, just stalactites and mites.
Yeah, like the growing rocks trees I found.
Yeah.
Hey, what really gets me is the trees that move. Like trees that will actually get up and walk and move to someplace else. You know, walking trees.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where are they found?
All right,
I
this
know.
is the last one for the night. A throwback to 2019.
After school special. Who's reading?
I'll read, I guess. Last year I covered the ABC After School Special, changing the specials.
So right here, does that? I was going to ask them, Brian.
Okay.
Do they remember special or specials?
Special.
It was special.
Yeah.
It was
Special.
the After School Special.
Yes, Jency, this would be a U.S. thing. Maybe Canada too, but I think just U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, I remember that, honey. I blew up the kid.
Yeah, but there was another one, Mom, and everyone out there. There was what was the other one that I'm talking about? The Mandela effect with Honey, I Shrunk the Kid.
Was it Honey, I Shrunk the Kids again?
There were 3 of them.
Yeah, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids again. That's it. That's it.
There's another one too with the third one. People remember a different name instead of Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. It was something like Honey, I Blew Up the Baby or something like that.
Yeah,
They
the
remember.
baby.
Yeah,
Something
the
about
baby.
a baby.
Yeah, the baby.
Okay, so anyway, this is similar. Have you ever heard of the CBS School Break Special? The name hasn't changed for me. This just did not exist in my past. This
You guys
knockoff
remember?
or copycat.
I was
What?
going to ask them. We want to ask them the question, Brian. Do you, yes or no, do you remember the CBS School Break Special? Anybody? Does
Nope.
What
anybody
year is
remember
this?
this?
Wait, what year?
Oh, I don't know. It was the 80s. Same time. It was on the same time as the ABC After School Special.
Channel 2? No.
In my chat, Thermal Sorrow says not really.
No, I don't remember it either. School break special.
I don't remember.
Me either.
General Sorrow
Anyway,
does not remember the CBS one. Never heard of it, says Cryptotic.
This knockoff or copycat of the ABC After School Special ran from 78 to 96 and had almost 90 episodes. Even if I didn't watch it, I should have, at the very least, heard of it. Yeah, because back then, weren't there like 5 channels? There wasn't that many channels out there.
Well, no, that's not true. We had a box.
I mean, there's probably 20 channels.
No, I had a box with three levels of like 20, probably about 50 channels, 40 to 50 channels.
That's when it
point.
first started.
You were lucky.
Yeah, we had cable.
Yeah, well, we had
Already
the channels that, you know, obviously they don't give you all the channels unless you pay for the full subscription. But,
yeah, we had some channels that didn't work, but yeah.
Yes,
Well,
obviously.
we
Yes.
had-
Huh?
We had them.
I don't know. I don't remember that many channels. Maybe it just I watched only certain channels, maybe. But
It wasn't like today. We only had like 20 extra channels or something with our package.
right.
Yeah,
And the show's
Showtime.
titles are weird and downright crazy. In today's political climate, some would be offended by the content of these programs. You guys see this? I'm not going to read it out loud.
Like the one in the top right.
Yeah, the one on the top right. Yes, I see that. So anyway, it starred many A-list teen actors like Drew Barrymore, Trisha Arquette, and Zach Braff. The latter starring in one of those episodes that some might find offensive today.
Hmm.
Am I the only one that has zero memory of the show existing? You don't remember the show existing, right?
No.
Not at all.
That's weird. Dan didn't believe this aired in his area, so I found residue.
Good break.
That's
I
weird.
was just showing him that, you know, it was in Texas. Because he said it wasn't in Texas. It was probably regional. And I said, no, it's in Texas.
I know Texas is a very large state, but Jeff, have you ever considered going to meet Scare Performance?
It's pretty far. He lives like 3 hours away from me.
Yeah, that's wild.
Meet in the middle.
All right. Well, that concludes our show. Is there any go backs or anything?
Go backs?
I don't know. Anyone have anything before we close?
No, it's 1 a.m. here. I'm good.
Brian?
Yes, I believe some. I guess, Sandy, do you want to do some thankful prayers or something? I mean, I think we
Oh, I know what you mean. You need a link,
Yes.
don't you?
What?
Do you need a link?
For what?
Hebrews thing, which is open until
Yes.
April.
Yes.
Yeah. Just give me a minute. I'm going to get it. I got it right here. Seeing if it. Wow, guys, there's been no donations since our show, last week's show. Actually, from 2 weeks ago.
I guess.
So, I know times are so tough right now.
It is very tough right now.
Everyone's hurting. There it is, Brian. I'm gonna make while you talk about it. I'm gonna go make a tiny link for it.
I found out the reason why I'm coughing all the time is because I got acid reflux.
Mm.
I had no idea acid reflux led to coughing, which could lead to cancer. Did you guys know that acid reflux can lead to I can't pronounce it. It's like something to do with the esophagus, but it's a cancer of the esophagus.
Wow, really? It's making me create a bit.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I hate this.
I appreciate that. Sandy, were you going to send me a link?
I already sent you the link.
Oh, it didn't go off for some reason. Oh, there we go.
Oh. Everybody's saying get well soon, Brian.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, guys. So we talked about this 2 weeks ago. We had Hero on the show with us. His family has experienced great tragedies. This is a fundraiser for the children of the two people pictured. The mother was murdered in 2019, and the father took his own life this on February 22nd. And the boys are being raised by non-blood relatives, and they need some help raising them. So even if you can't donate, please share the link I'm going to be putting into the chat so that as many people see it as possible. There's been no activity for 13 days on the GoFundMe. So we really do need to share this with as many people as we can. Right now I have it as a pinned tweet on my Twitter account.
Yes. And I don't know. See, that's the thing about fundraisers and stuff like that. If it's going to a good cause, I don't believe it should be taxed like they do. So you got to keep in mind these guys will get taxed on any amount they receive.
That is true.
Yeah, I think as long as it can be proved it's going to a good cause, it should not be taxed.
I agree.
Thank you, Pushing Buttons. Pushing Buttons says, I'll donate now.
Thanks, guys.
I know, it's true around the log line. Everyone I know is just trying to get by right now. It's horrible.
Yeah. So guys, pray. You know, I'm going to pray for you guys out there, and that, you know, anything you're going through right now, that the Lord gives you strength to overcome whatever is in your path. You know, because Jesus is the way. You know, it's very clear in the scriptures, and you know, I believe the Mandela effect brought us together for many reasons, and I believe that's one of the reasons. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just my take on it. Take it for what it is. I hope everybody has a wonderful Mandela effect night, and God bless. I'm going to play the outro. Okay.
Okay.
Have a great night, everyone. Don't forget to turn your clocks forward that aren't connected to the internet, like your microwaves and your, I don't know, your stoves, things like that. So 'cause it's already 1 a.m. here, and it should be 12. So we've already gone up.
Good night, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.